Can we get everybody back in their seats? We're going to continue. Grab some dessert and come sit. Please come back to your tables. All right, so I just got a text, as I told you before, that my daughter-in-law was in the hospital getting ready to deliver. And this is, for those of you who remember Murphy, Murphy went to the preschool here at Santa Kiba Academy. Murphy is 5.5 years old, and now Murphy has 2 twin sisters. Lucinda Pasita Lesner, born at 1150, weighs 6.6 pounds, which is not bad, 20 inches. And Beverly Jane Lesner, born at 1154, 4 minutes later, 6.1 pounds, 18 inches. Everybody's healthy, and I laugh because my son, when I had my third, I was 31. He's 42. So that's a big difference, So he got all the golfing in he could get as much as possible because he knows he's going to be hanging up those clubs for a while. Thank you. Thank you. And now we come to the High Olym Awards ceremony. Shh, shh, shh. When Leslie Wachtel called me to ask if I would serve as the MC for today's lunch, it was an immediate yes, because it was an opportunity for me to be back at Sinai, but in all honesty, it was mostly because of who this year's recipient is. For the 22 years I served as executive director, I had an amazing partner who I learned a great deal from, and who was not only a colleague, but a wonderful friend. Together, we worked with 11 different presidents, multiple board and executive committee members, rejoiced at the births of hundreds of children, and mourned at the deaths of many wonderful congregants, including both sets of our parents. What made this relationship work over these years was the mutual respect and loyalty we had for each other. We knew our strengths and weaknesses, and rarely did we step on each other's toes. But it was the open communication and honest feedback to each other, whether it be positive or sometimes negative, that helped us both to grow professionally and personally. I am so grateful to have enjoyed those years together. Last year, I was asked by one of the professional executive director organizations if I could get Rabbi Wolpe to be the keynote speaker for their annual conference. I told him I'd be happy to ask. Over the years, I have asked for a few favors like this, knowing that his busy schedule could prevent him from participating. But I can tell you that whenever I asked, he always said yes, even if it meant changing his calendar and other obligations to do so. Our relationship wasn't always work-related. Wasn't only work-related. We've enjoyed going to movies together, many lunches, Dodger games, and of course amazing trips to Israel with our congregation and with the Federation for its 100th anniversary. The Hayei Olym Award is given for service to Sisterhood, our synagogue, and to the Jewish community at large. I can't think of a more worthy person to receive this. I'm thrilled that my colleague of 22 years, my rabbi, and my good friend David Wolpe is receiving this wonderful honor. I'm sure it will be the first of many over the next year. Congratulations, my friend. Now my pleasure to call upon a past president of Sinai Temple. She was my partner in crime for 2 years, and we too had a wonderful relationship built on mutual respect. We dealt with some challenges, but we also enjoyed fun times together. But the best part was getting to know her better and taking our friendship to the next level. To share a few words about Rabbi Wolpe, please welcome Angela Madahi.
Thank you, Howard. Everything that Howard said, minus the 22 years, it's 2 years, minus the football games and movie theaters, but everything else I agree with. It's really, really my pleasure to speak about my dear friend, Rabbi Wolpe. And I know that there's really nothing I can say to this group that you don't already know about our esteemed rabbi. As the program says, Rabbi Wolpe has taught, encouraged, and nurtured us spiritually over many years. He has been our senior rabbi for almost 25 years, for which the temple will honor him at our annual gala next year, which will be his final year as our senior rabbi. Sob, sob. As a young rabbi, since 1984, though, Rabbi Wolpe inspired a young new generation of Sinai Temple members in his upstairs service in the gym on high holidays, where we all fell in love with him. Counting this experience, we've had the privilege of having him among us about 38 years. Wow. As we all know, Rabbi Wolpe is extremely learned, and educating future rabbis is a cause that is very close to his heart. We thought to have books as centerpieces today, reflecting the rabbi's love for learning. These books will be donated to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles in an act of mitzvah and in honor of our dear rabbi. We would like to again thank Ruth Pilot, who in honor of Rabbi Wolpe underwrote the costs of these books. I thought to share something with you that you may never have heard, because we all know a lot about Rabbi Wolpe. In a recent conversation, Rabbi Wolpe shared with me another angle that he has and another connection that he has to Torah Fund. Before his father, Rabbi Gerald Wolpe, whose yahrzeit we just commemorated, passed away, he shared with his son David that he was able to become a rabbi due to the support of Torah Fund. With their support, he was able to graduate from his alma mater, the Jewish Theological Seminary. Imagine the trajectory that this special fund has had, not only in the Wolpe family, but for conservative rabbis all over the United States. Therefore, and you will hear from himself, this Torah Fund is extremely special to Rabbi Wolpe. And now I think it's my honor to call upon Rabbi Rabbi Guzik to present the award to Rabbi Wolpe.
Good afternoon, everyone. Many people don't realize that within the Rabbinical Assembly, within our union of rabbis, there is a highly constructed mentorship program in which new graduates can be paired with seasoned rabbis, where mentors are paired with mentees. And certainly you can sign up, but let's be honest, there are mentors, and then there are mentors. And in school, I remember watching and observing many pulpit rabbis in the field and saying to myself, there is only one rabbi in the United States that I want to learn from, and that's Rabbi David Wolpe. But just because I want to learn from him didn't necessarily mean he wanted me as a student. I didn't check with Rabbi Sherman about his words, but ours are similar because he took a chance on me. He took a chance on all the rabbis and cantors that have created careers here at Sinai Temple. At that time, I wasn't privy to what I know now. Rabbi Wolpe is a rabbi for rabbis. He's the essence of the following teaching from Pirkei Avot. Rabbi Elazar ben Shamua used to say, "Let the honor of your student be as dear to you as your own. Let the honor of your colleague be as reverent as your teacher, and the reverence of your teacher be as the reverence of heaven." Rabbi Wolpe, our rabbi and our teacher. For every rabbi that has worked with him, for every rabbi that has worked for him, I think I can speak on their behalf, many of whom who are here today. You have given us your time, often starting at 5:45 a.m. on your daily walks. You give us your energy, your wisdom, your guidance, and your heart. It's no small feat that all of the rabbis that have been at Sinai Temple, all of the rabbis that have learned from you, we all see ourselves as truly blessed. We're the lucky ones, because often you see more in us than we see in ourselves. You lift us up. You remind us to be rabbis. You infuse confidence within our steps, and you constantly refine our Torah. As you already heard, Torah Fund supports rabbis and cantors in their pursuit of achieving their dream professions. But Rabbi Wolpe, you support your rabbis and cantors in sustaining and nurturing our dreams well beyond the classroom. I had to throw in Emerson. Emerson said, "The secret in education lies in respecting the student." We are humbled by the respect that you continue to give us, your students, the wisdom you offer, the teacher, the mentor, the rabbi you are, our rabbi, the rabbi you will continue to be. And so it's now my great honor to present to you the Chayei Olam Award 2022-2023. The gift on behalf of Torah Fund, on behalf of Sisterhood, is a beautiful frame which is engraved with the words, "With love and appreciation, Rabbi David Wolpe, Sinai Temple Sisterhood, Chayei Olam, 2022. And the idea behind the frame is that we hope you will include your dearest loved ones and remember everyone fondly.
I think that it's pretty clear, having heard Rabbis Guzik and Rabbi Sherman, that I actually didn't take a chance. There was no chance. But I did get very lucky in lots of ways. Rabbis Guzik and Sherman, Howard, Cantor Feldman, the other rabbis that I've had the pleasure to work with, the other cantors I've had the pleasure to work with, I've been very, very, very lucky. And Angela was kind enough to mention, I was extremely lucky. Lucky is not even a sufficient word for it. I was incredibly blessed with my parents. My father's yortzeit is tonight, and so I think always of all the legacies that he gave, not only to me, but to so many others. I still quote him often, as you know, and think of him often, and realize what a tremendous benefit it is to have grown up in a house where you had someone who was simultaneously kind, brilliant, and full of Torah. I don't know what else I could have asked for, except, as we all want to ask for, more. So let me say something about more. I don't know how many of you know this, and I just want to clarify it because people have been asking me a lot. When I signed my last contract, I said to the people who were signing the contract with me, this is my last contract. I knew this years ago, not because I didn't love being here. That wasn't a question, but because I knew that if I wanted to do other things in this world, then you actually have to do them. That you can't say one day I will do these things, because one day never comes unless you force it to come. And so even though I have been here for a very long time, I also know that the chance to do other things will be wonderful, and that I will not be entirely disconnected from this place. I intend in 1 year to leave. By the way, I'm not leaving next month. I'm leaving in June 2023. I'll go for 1 year to Harvard, and then I will come back to Los Angeles. And I don't know exactly what that will look like, but I won't be completely absent. So what it will look like will depend in part, obviously, on my successors and what they want it to look like, and also on what else I'm doing in the world. And it's very hard, as we now know, to predict 2 years from now what the world will look like. Since if you had asked us 2.5 years ago what the world would look like, we would have all gotten it wrong. But there have been certain constants through all the years that I've been here, and one of them is this. One of them is the sisterhood. Other parts of the synagogue have done better, have done worse, have faded away, have been created, but the sisterhood has been steady year after year after year. And I think that that is in part a tribute to the synagogue, but it is also honestly a tribute to women. You know, in traditional circles, they will tell you that men need religion more than women do. And while that is very gendered stereotype, and I'm sure you're not allowed to say it anymore, all I can say is men need religion more than women do. Because there is a natural givingness and spirituality to women. There are exceptions, obviously, in every generalization that men don't have. And the heart of most synagogues, charities, organizations are the women who, either by being in front or by being behind, are what keep the place going. That has certainly been true in my experience, and I think is very much true in Sinai's experience. And that's why it is an exciting thing to enter an age in which women are the leadership of every part of the congregation instead of selected parts of the congregation. And I know, kol hatchalot kashot, all beginnings are difficult. That's an old Hebrew phrase, and it's true. All beginnings are difficult, and endings aren't always easy either. But believe me, you don't have to take this on faith either. This beginning will be quite wonderful. And even if the ending is hard, the beginning is going to be great. And I see the future of this synagogue in the brightest and most wonderful of colors. So one of the reasons why it is easier to leave is because I know that I'm leaving this place in hands that are at least as good as mine, and in lots of ways better. And I will be able to do what I do with a sort of clear conscience, because I know everybody will be taken care of. And I want to close with a story that I told, I think, Rabbi Guzik. I don't remember if it was Rabbi Guzik or Rabbi Sherman, or both. I told them that years ago, I read a sermon by Jack Reamer, and it was a sermon about Rabbi Jacob Cohn. And he said when Rabbi Cohn, who was like the founding rabbi, wasn't the first, but he was the founding rabbi of Sinai Temple, and served here for 26 years, which means I will tie the record of the longest serving rabbi of Sinai Temple. I haven't yet calculated the months and days. When he announced his retirement and they were in line greeting Rabbi Chodes, his successor, somebody came up to him in line and said, Rabbi Cohn, I have a question that I'd like to ask you about, I don't know, my child or whatever. And Rabbi Cohn said, I can already give you the answer. The answer is, if I had that question, I would be asking the new rabbi of Sinai Temple, Rabbi Chodes. And Rabbi Reamer said, that's what a rabbi is supposed to do. A rabbi is supposed to believe in and trust the people who come after him. I'm lucky, because I do. So I will be around for another year to answer your questions as best I can. But when I'm not, or when I'm infrequently around, you're in the best of hands. Not only with your clergy, not only with the rabbis and the cantor, but with each other. This is a phenomenal community. It's not always an easy community, but if it were, it wouldn't be such a good one. We disagree. We come from different perspectives. We have different ideas, but we're all here. So I feel very lucky to have received the Chayei Olam Award and to be the Rabbi of Sinai Temple. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi. If you have any questions, ask Gina. No Sisterhood luncheon would be complete without entertainment. In a minute, we will enjoy the voices of Cantor Feldman and Leslie Woolman and the wonderful piano accompaniment of Mike Asher. During this afternoon's performance, we're requesting that you please refrain from eating and drinking, and most important, we're requiring everyone to please wear a mask throughout the performance. If you don't have a mask, please let us know and we'll provide you with one. I've been friends with Leslie and her husband Jeff for many years. I've also had the pleasure of attending every one of Leslie's concerts that she's put on over the years, and she'll tell you, she knows, I am her biggest fan. I can tell you that you're in for a real treat. Mike Asher and I have been friends for longer than either one of us want to admit to. Besides being one of the kindest men I know, Mike is an amazing musician and arranger who is way too modest to tell you that he's accompanied and worked with some of the major vocalists in the entertainment industry. Please welcome Cantor Feldman, Leslie Woolman, and Mike Asher.
I'm just going to rearrange the stage a little. Rabbi, the way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just beams, the way you sing off key, but with gusto. The way you haunt my dreams. No, they can't take that away from me. We may never the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away. No, they can't take that away. No, they can't take that away from me. The way you wear your hat. Thank you very much. Thank you. It is really such a joy to be here. I can't tell you. First of all, just to be standing on a stage singing somewhere is amazing. But to be here and to look out at all these familiar, I know you're masked, but I know who you are under the mask. And just to see all my friends that I haven't seen in years, really. And so I'm thrilled to be here, and of course, thrilled to be honoring our dear Rabbi Wolpe, who we all know loves the standards, loves songs from the Great American Songbook. So today, I will be singing songs from the Great American Songbook. That, of course, was They Can't Take That Away From Me, which was written by the Gershwin brothers, and this is also written by the Gershwin brothers. This is Someone to Watch Over Me. There's a saying old, says that love is blind. Still we're often told, seek and ye shall find. So I'm going to seek a certain lad I've had in mind. Looking everywhere, haven't found him yet. He's the big affair I cannot forget. Only man I ever think of with regret. I'd like to add his initials to my monogram. Tell me, where is the shepherd for this lost lamb? There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone to watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood. I know I could always be good to one who'll watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him, please, to put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Someone to watch over Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, we all know that Rabbi Wolpe's favorite singer is correct, Frank Sinatra. And I'm sure that Frank sang many of the songs that I'm performing today, but this one he had a huge hit on. We did it in our show, All of Me, All of You, which some of you came out to see. And we do ours a little differently than Frank. Hope you like it. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. So why should I try to resist when, darling, I know so well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Why don't you use your mentality? Wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. Yes, I've got you under my skin. Thank you. Well, the Sisterhood is very special to me because the Sisterhood has always come out and supported all of the cabaret shows that I have done in Los Angeles. And one of the first shows that we performed in LA, and we got to perform it across the country and in parts of Canada, was Jewish Women in Song. And this show was a show that celebrated 14 Jewish women who either wrote or performed some of the world's greatest music. And we would, you know what, before I go on though, how about the great music we're hearing today? Michael Asher, who arranged all the music you're hearing today and everything that I sing. And so we want to do the Dorothy Fields medley. Dorothy Fields wrote the lyrics for some of the world's greatest standards that wound up in the Great American Songbook. So Rabbi Wolpe, I know you know, if not all of these, then most of these. And so sit back, relax, and here's the Dorothy Fields medley. Rome wasn't built in a day, kid. You have to pay, kid, for what you get. but I am willing to wait, dear. Your little mate, dear, will not forget. You have a lifetime before you. I'll adore you, come what may. Please don't be blue for the present, when it's so pleasant to hear you say, I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, we're sure to find happiness. And I guess all those things you've always pined for. Gee, I'd like to see ya looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets Woolworth doesn't sell, baby, till that lucky day. You know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but love. Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Oh, but you're lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. A fine romance, my good fellow. You take romance, I'll take shallow. You're calmer than the seals in the Arctic Ocean. At least they flap their fins to express emotion. A fine romance with no quarrels, with no insults and all morals. I never muss the crease in your blue serge pants. Ha! I never get the chance. Well, this is a fine romance. I won't dance, don't ask me. I won't dance, don't ask me. I won't dance, monsieur, with you. My heart won't let my feet do things they should do. You know what? You're lovely, and so what? I'm lovely, but oh, what you do to me. I'm like an ocean wave that's bumped on the shore. I feel so absolutely stumped on the floor. When you dance, you're charming and you're gentle, especially when you do the continental. But this feeling isn't purely mental. For heaven rest us, I am not asbestos, and that's why I won't dance. Why should I? I won't dance. How could I? I won't dance. Merci beaucoup. I know that music leads the way to romance. So if you hold me in your arms, I won't dance. Grab your coat, get your hat, leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Oh, can you hear that pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade, my blues on parade, but now I'm not afraid. Well, this rover crossed over. If I never have a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust on my feet on the sunny, on the sunny side of the street. Thank you. Thank you. Well, now it gives me great pleasure to invite Kentor Feldman up here with me. Steps right up. Watch, he doesn't even go around because he's so tall. And we are going to do a song, and we're going to dedicate this song to you, Rabbi Wolpe, because, watch this. See? Unbelievable. Because I think that this song truly expresses how everyone here in this room, for sure, and everyone in the Sinai Temple community feels about you. It's very clear our love is here to stay.
Not for a year, but ever and a day.
The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know
They just be passing fancies, and time may go.
But oh my dear, our love is here to stay.
Together we're going a long, long way.
In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay, but our love is here to stay. But oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay, but our love is here to. Our love is here to. Our love is here to stay. Thank you for everything you do for all of us. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it for Leslie Woolman. And Michael Asher on piano, thank you so much for all of the music, for all the arrangements, and for being here this evening. Thank you so much for having us.
I want to thank everyone so much for joining us today, honoring Rabbi Wolpe. The entertainment was wonderful, Leslie and Cantor. Thank you for getting it together. Thank you again to our wonderful committee of women who have all been previously named, and to Ruth Pilot, who has so generously donated to today, and to all of you for donating to Torah Fund. Thank you again for coming. Have a good rest of the day.